How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So, first of all, thank you so very much for accepting the invitation of this live. We're honored to have you on board.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah. So, we received so many questions for you, and we have shortlisted a few questions out of them. So before asking all the questions, I really want to ask this question. What was your reaction and emotion when you got to know that India is hosting Miss World again?
Do you know, I was so excited. So I lived in the UAE for a few years, and there's a lot of friends that I made that were from India over there. They're just the warmest people. They're so kind. I was so excited. Um, I wasn't sure that it was going to be India. We thought it was going to be kind of South America. We were making guesses just because the Miss World organisation had spent so much time there this
Yeah.
year. So I'm not going to lie, I was pretty jealous of Chelsea from last year when she did get to go to India. So it was great news. I was so excited when I found out it was India. It was like 10 times better than I could have hoped for. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. And excitement is valid, because last year when it was in India, so I had the honor to watch the pageant live from the venue. So it was a wonderful experience for me. I met all the Miss World contestants and I also met Julia Morley. So it was a wonderful
Oh,
experience.
did you? How was that?
It was amazing. I was literally shaking when I was standing in front of Julia Morley. Like, I also have a reel on my account about that. So it was an amazing experience.
I'm so excited for you. Are you going to come this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna surely come this year. Yeah.
Well, I'll get to see you then.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So yeah, we received so many questions for you, and the very first question is regarding your preparations for Miss World. Miss World is a very tough competition to participate in. You are representing your beautiful country, so preparations needs to be very, very, very strong. So how's the preparation
Yeah.
going on?
It's intense. So I've never actually done anything like this before, so it's all pretty new to me, but I'm pretty much spending all my time on it. So I have just picked out my dress, which is very exciting. Um, so that'll be coming. But apart from that, I'm doing everything. I'm with my personal trainer twice a week. I'm practicing answering questions the way that we are
Yeah.
just now. I'm getting my walking experience, my talent. I'm working on that as well. That's going to be a surprise. So it's full steam ahead. I'm so excited to be going. It's so much kind of preparation and things like that. I'm also trying to kind of meet some of the other girls and things like that before I get there. I just met Miss Vietnam when I
Yeah.
was over there last week, which was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm super excited. But that's how the preparations are going. It's intense.
And that's valid also because to be called and to represent your country in such a big competition, it's a huge responsibility. Yet,
Yeah,
it's a pressurized thing also. You have so much of
yeah,
pressure on your shoulders because whatever you do, whatever you speak, it's gonna be judged, it's gonna be
pretty much.
recognized.
Yeah, 100%.
All know this thing very well that BWAP is a very strong and very important part of Miss World. So, would you like to elaborate about your BWAP to everyone?
Yeah, so my Beauty with a Purpose is really, really close to my heart. My cousin, my big cousin, was pretty much raised as my sister. So she was diagnosed with a neurological condition called multiple sclerosis when it was the day before her 26th birthday. So she was the same age as me. It's not got a cure and there is treatments available, but it's a degenerative condition. So it's only ever kind of get worse. And so my Beauty with a Purpose is kind of dedicated to raising money, raising awareness, and kind of just promoting the charities that offer support to the people that are living with the condition. Um, in my country, the numbers are really high, along with Canada and New Zealand. It's really high, it's higher than anywhere else in the world, but it is present everywhere in the world, and there's a lot of other countries that don't have any sort of support whatsoever. Um, it's great that my country does have a bit more support. There's always room for improvement, which is kind of what I'm mostly advocating for in Scotland. But there's scope for it across the world. And I work with two charities just now, and one of them is pretty much more focused on the research side of it. That's like MS Society, but as well as they do offer like support groups and things like that. And then one is called MS Revive, which kind of focuses on the day-to-day support and gives services and things like that to assist in the day-to-day lives of people living with multiple sclerosis. So that's kind of where my focus is with that, and hopefully um, I can show the rest of the world that it exists and it's something that needs kind of attention because it is massively under recognised as a neurological condition. Um, and that's my main goal with it.
Have you shortlisted your evening gown or national costume as of now? Because we just have less than 2 months left for the competition.
So I went over to Vietnam last week, partially to kind of go and meet Miss Vietnam, but also I was going over to have a little look at some dresses. So shortlisted and selected my final dress, as well as a couple of others that you'll maybe see popping up throughout the competition. But yes, I picked my final dress, so I'm so excited to show everyone that one. It took a really long time to find exactly what I wanted, but I think it's going to be a good
Yeah.
one. But in terms of my national dress, an interesting thing about Scotland is our national dresses are tailored to our families. So my second name is a pretty Scottish second name,
Yeah.
Scott. So we have our own tartan and things like that. So my national dress is specific to my family, which is something I'm really excited to show. It's not 100% finished yet, but it's something that I'm really excited to kind of showcase to the rest of the world. I'm so proud of where I come from and my family, to be part of my family. So it's really important to me to be able to kind of showcase that on the world stage.
Besides BWAP, which are your favorites fast track events at Miss World?
I think I do find the talent one. I'm not saying that my talent is incredibly perfect.
Yeah.
I'll try my absolute hardest, but I do think that one is very entertaining. It's so interesting to see all the different talents, especially at Puerto Rico. Last time I was in Puerto Rico, they had was it was it Mongolia? She did the contortion um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
during
I think she was
COVID.
Mongolian.
So it's
Yeah,
yeah. So there's so many different kind of amazing talents that you wouldn't even think of. Um, that is something I'm really excited for. And then obviously the top model is something I'm really excited for. I also might have a little surprise for that. Um, but that'll be something that you see when the finals up on the television. I've got a little something up my sleeve.
yeah.
So yeah, probably those two are the ones that I'm most excited for. I'm training really hard for the fitness. Um, Unfortunately, I'm asthmatic, so it's really hard for me. But that's something that I'm probably trying the hardest for. But
Yeah.
in terms of excited for the actual me being involved in them, probably the talent and the top model.
So question answer round is a very important part of Miss World as
Yes.
well because Miss World is highly competitive. All
Hmm.
across the countries, all the women who are coming and representing their countries, they are very well versed in terms of speaking. So how
Yeah.
are you preparing for this specific round?
Well, I'm incredibly lucky that obviously English is my first language.
Yeah,
So I think it's so impressive that all the other girls managed to do that in a second or third language. I'm so grateful that my first language is English. Um, my biggest problems I probably say come with my speed when I talk. I speak very quickly. So I've got a coach that I started working with who is helping me kind of pace myself.
yeah,
And then obviously with the it's not just like answering a question conversationally the way that we're speaking. It's
yeah,
there's a lot more thought that goes into it. So it's as I say, I'm very very new to the whole kind of pageant circle in general. So it's something that I didn't necessarily realise that I had to learn beforehand, but I'm noticing it's a really big important part.
yeah.
So hopefully I'll continue working with my coach and improve on it. As I say, not my strongest area yet, but we're working. We're working towards it. So hopefully,
Yeah.
when it comes for the big day, I'm on top form.
Before I ask the next question, I forgot to say to you, it's Happy International Women's Day to you.
Yes,
So
thank you so
yeah,
much.
I forgot to say to you, I had this thing in mind that I will say it in the beginning of the live, but I forgot to say it to you.
No, well, thank you so much.
Do you have hobbies? And if yes, so did you have any kind of funny incident while performing those hobbies? For example, I love cooking, so I can cook very well. But in the initial days, I made so many blunders in the kitchen while cooking.
So I am really artistic. Um, I love to make everything. So I've been able to paint from when I was like really, really young,
Yeah,
but it means I can be really messy. So when I did art in school, most of the times I'd be walking about for the rest of my day covered in paint. um, for the rest of my lessons, I'd be just covered in paint. Um, my mum and dad have not been that impressed with me when I've been younger, and I've completely wrecked the carpets because I
yeah,
cover them in paint. But on top of that, I also really like sewing and things like that. I make a lot of my own clothes, which is exciting. But sometimes, well, when I first started, I was working and I had a sleeve similar to this one actually, which I sewed to the outfit I was working on. So that was fun. But yeah, I'd say that's where most of my kind of hobbies lie is within kind of creative realm. But as I say, I'm a bit chaotic as well. So yeah, I usually make a big mess and embarrass myself with that.
last year when I met Miss World Finland and Miss World Canada, so I offered them handmade laddus. Laddus is basically an Indian sweet dish. So I made it myself and I offered them when I met them in Delhi.
That's so nice. That's so thoughtful. I love Indian food. Um, there was a chef that I used to work with in Dubai named Donna. She used to think she used to make all the chefs dinner, and then she was too scared to make it for me because she was like, it's going to be too spicy. Be too spicy. Wrong. I love spicy food, so she started making it for me as well. It was funny. Um, I think they tried to make it spicier for me to try and catch me out with the spice. But it was good. I love Indian food.
You are surely going to have the best food in India during this well, so I think you will love it.
What's it the biryani, the Hyderabadi
Hyderabadi,
biryani?
yeah, Hyderabadi biryani, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to try that.
You'll surely love it. It tastes delicious. It is wonderful. Have you talked to your fellow contestants as of now, and have you have your besties from the batch?
Yes, so I've spoken quite a lot with the other girls in the UK. We've got when we all kind of got announced, we started a little WhatsApp group chat. So um, we've all been speaking. And then obviously I met Miss Vietnam. She's absolutely lovely. So I think I'll be quite close with her when I'm gone. I'm meeting Miss Gibraltar next week, which is fun.
Yeah,
So I'm trying my hardest to kind of meet as many. I'm actually quite shy, so I'm trying my hardest to meet as many of the girls as I can before I get there, just to make it a little bit easier.
yeah,
Because everyone is absolutely lovely. I cannot state how lovely they are. Um, it's just when you get a lot of new faces all at once, I feel like it's nice to have a few friendly faces that you've already met before.
yeah,
So all the girls are lovely. I follow every single one of the girls on Instagram. I like seeing all their updates and things like that. Um, and everyone's so nice. They all comment on each other's photos. Miss America, she's lovely as well. Athena,
yeah.
she's absolutely lovely. So yeah, there's so many lovely girls so far, and I just know that once we meet, everyone's gonna be so nice. It'll be hard to pick a bestie, I'm sure. How did you even decide to kind of make the page together? How did everyone get involved in that?
You know, talking about pageantry, so I have been following pageantry since 2016 when India won Mr. World, Rohit Khandelwal. So from there, I was starting watching pageants. But talking about this page, so though I opened this page in 2023, and it's a very funny story. I was sleeping in the afternoon. I just woke up randomly from nowhere. I just make an account on Instagram, log in, and name this Glamour of Pageants, and I just went back to sleep.
And it's just
That's
been
it.
going ever since.
Sorry,
Well,
your voice is breaking.
that's how the best things start, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. I never thought that my random plan is gonna make and make me to interview the Miss World contestant.
Well, I'm so glad. Do you enjoy doing it?
I love it. I always say this thing that my mom was asking me this thing that why did you love pageants? So I always answer her that pageantry flows in my blood.
No, I absolutely love it though. You're so good. Like your questions and all that, they're really good questions. So I'm so glad that you enjoy and you're able to do this. It's amazing.
That's literally amazing. So we start with the on-stage pageant questions for you, and we have received so many questions for you. So the very first question is, this question was asked at Miss World 2017 when India won the crown. So the question is, which profession deserves the highest salary and why?
It's a good one. I think there's a particular kind of profession that really shapes the world as we see it, everyone around us, and that would be you grow up from a really young age, and then teachers are critical in your
Yeah,
development and how you perceive the world and how you interact with everyone else in the world as you grow. They're responsible for everything that we learn, and I think apart from just subjects, they teach you values and things like that. So if you've got a really good teacher, your perception of the world kind of changes as opposed to if you have a teacher that isn't really that receptive.
yeah,
So I think teachers, if they're rewarded at a higher rate of salary, then you probably get a much better quality of teacher coming through as well. I think the majority of teachers are absolutely amazing people, and I think they deserve probably the highest salary. It's really hard. I've got a lot of friends that are teachers. It's really hard to kind of take the time and grow. And when you've got so many children, like a lot of education systems are underfunded just now. So they do a pretty thankless job when it's such an important job with such high stakes. So yeah, I'd probably say teachers deserve to have the highest salary.
that's an amazing answer, and I totally agree with you as well because teaching is a very important profession in the society, and I'm very close to one of my teachers, and he taught me history in school time, and we are still in contact. And
Oh,
he
really?
always considered me as his child and as his friend. So can you imagine this thing that a student and a teacher are talking about their girlfriends and exes, and the relations that we had, so all the things, and we are, and all the students were used to be so jealous of us that how can they be both very good at each other. even as a teacher and a student. So we are that close. And he taught me one thing very important in life. He told me this thing that whenever you will face downfall in life and failure in life, remember this thing that the hardest the journey is, the impactful the success is gonna be. You know,
Yeah,
and that thing stuck in my mind till this day. So
it's
I
such good
totally agree with your answer.
advice. Well, yeah, I think that's such good advice.
Yeah,
And I feel like teachers are just full of that. So it changes your entire future if you've got a good teacher.
exactly, exactly. So while you were answering this question, so I saw one question. Someone is asking that how many suitcases are you bringing to India for Miss World?
Great question. I've got absolutely no idea. No idea. Um, I'll need to buy as many suitcases as my stuff requires.
Yeah,
Um, I've never had to try. Do you know what the tricky thing is? It's like, how do you plan for 5 weeks? You don't know what you're going to be doing day to day. Like, I've not got an itinerary yet for what each day is going to consist of. So you kind of need
yeah,
to pack for all situations, and you don't necessarily want to wear like too many similar things to the same sort of
yeah,
events. So it's really hard to predict. I think my guess would be probably four.
yeah.
That would be my guess. That's my hope because luggage is expensive. um, but my guess is four.
But I bet
My hopes are
you
four.
know, I bet you might need to buy more suitcases.
Do you know what? I just bought a full new set. Like that's the worst part. I just bought a full new set. When we were in Vietnam, my suitcase broke. The zip broke. So I was like, oh, I might as well just buy a new set because I want them all to be matching. You know the nice photo that you get at the airport when all the girls are leaving with all their
Yeah,
suitcases. So I
yeah,
was that person. And I did buy four. So
yeah.
hopefully, because I feel like it'll be really hard to get matching from
Yeah,
Scotland.
and it's quite difficult as well because last year when the Miss World competition started, so it was in New Delhi, that's the capital of India. So we went to the airport just to see the Miss World contestants coming to India, and Miss World Finland, who is a very dear friend of mine, so because she was coming alone, so we decided to help her with the suitcases and bags so that we can drop her to the hotel with all her bags.
Oh,
So I could actually see her struggling with the bag because she had more than five and six bags, and she was struggling
don't
that
tell me
how
that.
can I, she was literally struggling. So though we were there for her to help her, but I was really worried about the other contestants, that how will they come from the airport to the hotel with so much of bags?
It's it's stressing me out. I'm not gonna lie, but no, my aim is four. If I need to go above, we'll go above. I don't want anything to be crushed. I don't want anything to be ruined.
Yeah,
Like the clothes are like probably one of the most important things for me. So yeah, we'll make it work. But
you will surely make it work. Yeah,
ideally four.
the spirit that you all have to represent your country and to win the crown for your country, that is more important for you all. Yeah,
You're right. You're right. So, do you know, it's a good thing I don't, because you don't obviously take your own crown with you, because I just don't see how that would fit. It's really difficult to pack that. Um, it's like an awkward shape. So when it's in its case, it's really hard to fit in a suitcase. So I'm glad that that doesn't have to come.
yeah,
Um, whilst I love having it, I love having it on. I love wearing it. It's something off my back.
yeah. And we wish the best of luck to you for that part because that is also very important. And with that said, we have next question for you, and this question is I think this is difficult to answer. So the question is, who is your favorite Miss World among the 71 Miss Worlds that we have?
Mhm. Probably Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah,
Um, I think she's probably a lot of people's favourite, but she's just got a career that I absolutely love. I love a lot of the films that she's in. Um, she she was in Baywatch, which was she was
yeah,
really good in that. But she's probably my favourite just because I love drama. I love all things kind of drama related, and she's kind of just got the perfect career from it. But also like her general like the way she carried herself in the competition. She was so young as well.
yeah.
It was lovely to see. So yeah, probably Priyanka Chopra. And
And
she's Indian.
she's the most common name that whenever I ask this question, so Priyanka is the most common name that I get as an answer.
It doesn't surprise me. She's got such an amazing career out of it. So, um, also there's a film that I really like. It's called Misbehavior. It's kind of about the year that Jennifer Hostin. Well, Jennifer Hostin's in it, but she that's a really good year. When they had it in London, and was it Miss Grenada? She won that year. I think she was kind
Yeah,
of a turning point
I'm
for the
getting the
whole Miss
name.
World organisation.
Yeah, she's amazing, why her victory was special because that was the back-to-back victory for India at Miss World. So she is an iconic person for everyone out there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Um, so someone is asking that which Miss World task do you think that is going to be the most challenging for you? I think I've already answered it.
Yeah, the fitness one, the fitness
Yeah,
challenge, 100%. So I'm training really hard for it, but as I say, I have got asthma, so I find it really hard to kind of run
you will
like
surely
long
be
distances.
amazing.
Yeah,
You will surely be
hopefully.
amazing for that. Yeah. All right. Moving to the next question. So the question is, which living man or woman you admire the most and why?
It's International Women's Day, so we're gonna have to go with a woman here,
Yeah.
which is not gonna be hard to be fair. I think probably Malala Yousafzai. She's probably one of the most impressive people on the planet at the moment. I think she shows so much strength and resilience. But
Yeah.
she stood up for girls' education. It was so dangerous for her to do that, and it was more important for her to kind of give the rights of
Yeah.
education to girls than it was kind of to value her own life for it. So she's changing the world with her advocacy. She's so strong. But I think probably her. It doesn't matter how young you are. Everyone kind of, when people are talking about what they want to do in the world, there's always a but.
Yeah.
But I'm too young. But this is in my way, and she just kind of reframed that whole um, situation. She wasn't too young. She was a schoolgirl, and she managed to make such an impact. And I think her resilience and her dedication towards that just inspire me. So I think, yeah, Malala is probably who I think I admire the
Yeah.
most.
She's an amazing, I think most one of the most influential person living on this planet right now. And very
Yeah,
well said that she has been an inspiration to not just women out there, but men as well, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, that's amazing to hear. And you know, if someone, all right, so if I'm about to answer this question, so I will say my mom, you know,
Your mum?
yeah, I mean, like I have many funny banters with my father that you love your mom more than me. So I'm like, yeah, that's reality. It's like,
Your mum's
you know,
boy.
yeah, I'm a mama's boy, and also I'm very close to my mom, to be very honest. Like, we keep on fighting with each other. We, like, on daily basis, we have 10 to 20 arguments with each other. But
Yeah.
at the end, we know this thing that I'm his only son, and she's my only mother.
Oh. No, I think yeah, my mum my post today was about my mum. We also have our own little bickers. But yeah, she's my mum was actually she was one of the first women in the Scottish Police Force to come
Oh,
back after having children. So she, at that time when she first joined the police, it was not very commonplace for women to come back after having babies, and she'd had my big sister
yeah.
at that point. She was one of the first to come back, and not only did she come back, she then had four more children after that. So I'm one of five, and then she ended up being one of the highest ranked police officers in Scotland. So she girl boss that. she
Yeah,
she's really inspirational for me as well. She's really important to me. But yeah, I think
that's
you
amazing.
need to see your mum.
That's amazing, you know. And I'm just hoping to keep my mom with me from as well in Telangana. So hopefully she will be able to see you all, and that's going to be amazing. Yeah,
Well, my mum will be there too. We can see each other.
and that's amazing, you know. So like I have to say this thing that kudos to your mom, you know, for breaking the stereotype, and that's amazing to see. And I can say your mom is a boss lady, and
She is.
the boss lady has given birth to a queen.
Oh, you know she'll be watching this just now, and she'll be like, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. All right. We have second last question for you, and this question is: which aspect of your country, Scotland, you are bringing to India for Miss World competition?
So Scotland's a really Scotland's it's got such a rich history. It's got such a strong background of innovation, and our values in general are just pretty sturdy. But I think the first way that I'll be bringing it through to Miss World is, as I say, through my national dress. So it is personal to your family. So my tartan will be on display, and that is such a unique thing to Scotland. I feel
Yeah,
is everyone's family and background is represented in their clothes. So that's the first way it'll come through. But apart from that, I think we're known for being warm, and we've got a great sense of humour. So hopefully, when I'm interacting with all the other girls and things like that, that'll come across. I want to kind of, aside from obviously the main goal, coming home with the crown, I do want to make some true friends out of this.
yeah,
And if I can bring the warmth and friendliness from Scotland and hopefully the humour, then that's something that's important to me. I think we've got such a good energy over here, and I'd love to at some point after Miss World to bring some of the other girls over here to see a country that I'm so proud of
Yeah,
and I'm so happy to be a part of. But Scotland in general has made such a big impact in the world in history. So with medical advancements and with the telephone, we invented that. So if I can have any sort of impact from the work that I do through MS, if that's going to increase funding or if it's going to increase awareness or anything like that, then that's kind of my main goal.
that's amazing to hear, and we can't wait to welcome you all in India for Miss World. That's going to be amazing, and we really can't wait. Now the excitement is valid, and I am actually getting nostalgia from last year because last year on 9th of March it was the finals of Miss World, and I still remember the day on like last year today we landed in Mumbai for Miss World, and probably this time last year I was having dinner with the Miss World Queens last year.
That's so
So I'm getting nostalgic
exciting.
about Miss World things this year again.
Oh, no, no, it's so exciting, and I can't wait if you're going to be there this year.
That's going to be amazing, and I can't wait for it too. We have last question for you, and I do feel that this question is very important, and I hope that you will get an opportunity to answer this question if you enter top tier, top five, or Miss World finals. So the question is, why should you be the next Miss World?
Okay, so I should have known that one. um, I think I've got a very strong voice and a deep passion for making a difference. So, especially in raising awareness for multiple sclerosis,
Yeah,
it's not something that I just started for Miss World. It's something that I'll continue for the rest of my life, as I'd mentioned earlier. But beyond that, I think I'm very dedicated, I'm adaptable, and I've got so much heart in this. But Scotland's never really, we've never taken the crown home. And it's a country that's always leading kind of pushing boundaries and creating change. And I just feel like if Scotland was given the opportunity, and especially me, I
yeah,
feel that I could do an amazing job for bringing attention to neurological disorders separate to MS,
yeah,
and make a real impact with that. But I would dedicate my reign to that, as well as uplifting others and proving that one person from a country that has never really broken that boundary before can do that. Um, and in the end, hopefully change lives in a positive way.
yeah. And that's an amazing answer. I do think that if you will get the mic and an opportunity to answer this question, you will go very far in the competition.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
that's going to be
you've
amazing.
spoken to a lot of girls that are in my position, so I trust you on that.
Yeah, yeah. Again, so I have heard so many answers, not just from Miss World, because it's my honor that I have interviewed the Miss World contestants from last year, the Miss International contestants, the Mrs. International contestants, Miss Asia Global contestants, and
You're
also Miss
busy.
Grand International contestants. Yeah. I mean, like I love, as I said, pageantry flows in my blood. So yeah, I love it.
Amazing. Well, as I say, I trust you on that, so fingers crossed for me.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So before we end this live, we are going to do one last segment, and that is what if you win. So what I'm going to do right now, I will announce this thing, and let's just pretend this Miss World setup, and I'm going to announce this thing that Miss World 2025 is Scotland, and you have to give your winning reaction. Like, how will you react on stage if you win this year?
Okay,
Yeah,
let me calm
let's just
down.
pretend.
I feel like so.
All
This is
right,
me and
let's just do that.
whoever I'm with.
Yeah, and let's just pretend that I'm Julia Molly right now.
Okay, you're very convincing, Billy Morley.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Miss World 2025 is Scotland. Woo!
Me. Oh my gosh, this is such an honor. Thank you so much.
That's that's going to be amazing if you win, and that's going to be a very historic victory for your country at Miss World, and specifically in India. That's more special.
No, it's so special. I'm so excited to be there.
Yeah,
I know that everyone's going to be so welcoming. Such a warm country with such, not just temperature wise, I feel like all the people are just so kind.
yeah. I mean, like we just love to share hospitality to everyone, and we have a very popular saying in India that means "Atiti Devo Bhava," which means our guests are equal to our God, and you all are going to be our guests for whole whole month, 1 month, and we will welcome you with full heart and full hospitality.
And I'm so excited for it. It's going to be such an amazing experience.
And let's just hope for the best. So we are done with all the questions from my side. I mean, like, thank you so very much. It was a wonderful life from our side as well as from your side as well. So we wish the best of luck to you for Miss World, and we can't wait to see you at Miss World in this year, Telangana, India.
Amazing. Well, I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
All right.
You'll be in the crowd with your flag.
With a Scotland flag, yeah. All right.
Amazing. I'm so excited. Okay, okay.
Have
Thank
a
you so
good
much
day
for
ahead.
having me.
Bye bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.